Hello and welcome to episode 6 of Seaopolis 2. And what have I done off camera? I have removed one of the resource generator 2s from here. This is keeping up quite nicely without that extra one. I have added that resource generator 2 just here to improve the gravel generation for this sieve, as we ran out of pebbles. The stone pebbles just there. It's not actually recognised in the tooltip at the top of the screen as having any pebbles in, and we are short of pebbles. See, that one there has none in on these setups just here and just here. See, that one there has one pebble in the bottom and none in the other three. Luckily we have quite a big backlog of improved transformation powder, as you can see there, 684. I have added another stone barrel, as this wasn't really keeping up with anything. So another stone barrel, another click machine, and that's hooked up underneath to get the improved transformation powder in from this drawer here. I've also added the iron. So that was one of the 3 that we got here last episode into this crafting automat, and it basically works the same as the other 2 that we had there. Just had to step it in a little, step it in when the redstone clock is actually there underneath that drawer. So it's connected to these 3. So that's the iron, and then the iron comes into these furnaces. I've added 3 more furnaces and upgraded one to see what the difference was. So this one here is an iron furnace, which is slightly quicker, not terribly, it's not super fast compared to one of these. It seems like these have actually almost caught up. You see there's aluminium. I couldn't decide what to do to expand this, so I went up in the end, and up here we have our nickel pieces and our aluminium pieces, and it's the same. This one here is not doing anything at the minute, that's for whatever comes next, and it's the same setup as this, and the pieces come down and go, that's the up, the pieces come down from this pipe into these furnaces, and they get produced furnaced as well. And yeah, we're getting quite a collection. I'm gonna have to do something with that storage very shortly, otherwise we're going to be overrun with ingots. As you can see here, we're getting quite a collection. So let me just empty this out and I'll tell you what we're going to do today. So what we are going to do today is to start our mob farm down there. I've taken all the blackstone, deep slate and basalt. You can see there's little bits left over, but I've taken the majority of it from there, created blocks, and from those blocks created vector plates. So what I'm going to do here is eat some bread. And rather than go side to side, what I'm going to do is go long and have the vector plates bring all the mobs back to this end. Now this is a different wood to this one, so it's going to look a bit odd to start with. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to step up the middle section. Now there isn't a middle section because it's 3 wide, so we're going to have to do it like that. And then we're going to come back 40 blocks. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right, that should be 40 blocks. And then what we're going to do then is encase this in. So then we've got to go up another 3 blocks. So it's 4 deep, and then cap off the top. And we've got mobs spawning on it already. Could do without him. So let's make it daytime so they don't spawn while we do this. And now what we need to do here is cap off this end. Oh, not that one. So they will then drop into this section here. And then I just need to alter the floor just here. Now to start with, we need to manually kill mobs until we get certain items that we can then make the other vector plates that allow us to kill the mobs. So if we do that, we can still get under here. Right, so that's good. Let me just finish this top off. Now, I've not got this quite right. I'll figure this out in a second. I just need to get in there while there's no mobs. And lay down the vector plates in here. Now, mobs used to spawn on vector plates, so I'm hoping they still do. Because if they don't, then I'm going to have to change this whole design. And hopefully I've worked this out correct. Otherwise, I'm going to have to change the design again. Yep, spot on. Right, let's break that a minute. Let's see, so I've got to raise that up and reduce this to there. That should be okay apart from the small mobs. I think the downside also to this is it's letting a lot of light in. So yeah, as you can see there, we've got yellows, or it's actually blue, until about, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 blocks down. So I'm going to need to just border this up with, I think we've got some dark glass that we can use. Now that should trap mobs in apart from the little buggers. In fact, if I put those in there, that should stop the small ones. So let me just see what dark glass we can make. Or whether we can make, I think we've got the player doors. Let's have a look. Player, in fact that's up there, the mob filter player. Can we make this? We can. Okay then, so we can make that then. We'll use 3 gold and make this. And what these will allow us to do is block the entire light from this section. So if I put these here, that gives us a doorway in, and then the only thing I need to do now is to block all the way around to there. Looks a bit unsightly, so we'll go around again. That's better. Now this should all be pitch black in here, and it's not. Unless these doors have changed. And these let light in now. They never used to. Well, there's one way of finding out. Let's try and see whether that blocks. Yeah, it does. Right. Oh, that's a shame. It looks like these doors let light in now. I'm sure I've used these on mob farms before. Right, how many slabs have we got? We've got plenty, so what we can do is just extend this out. I mean, it's only 3 blocks, so it's not terrible. Right, let's just hope that mobs spawn on the vector plates now.
2 hours later.
Right, it took a while, but it seems we've now got mobs in our mob farm, and I don't have anything to kill them with, so that might help. What can we make? I'll tell you what we can make. We can make Invar. And the invar gear is quite good. So let me just throw a couple of ingots together. Make an invar sword. If we have an invar sword. Got thermals, so we should have. Yeah, the invar sword's not a bad thing. As long as it's not been altered, which it hasn't. The invar armour is not bad either. So this armour, as you can see there, +7 on the chest plate, so that's quite good. Let's see what we've got. It did take quite a long time for whatever it is in here to spawn. It's a creeper. So I'm thinking that even though they do spawn on these, I mean, it could have spawned down here actually. Thinking about it, I didn't see it whiz down the vector plates, but it could have done. I think what we might need to do is branch out one each side so they actually walk onto the plates. Because we were getting mobs while we were actually building that, and that's took quite a long time for that one mob to spawn. So let's wait for the next one to spawn, and then hopefully keep an eye on the map and see whether it whizzes down the vector plates or not, and that'll give us an indication as to whether it spawned on there. In fact, you can see one now spawned more or less straight away, and that did actually move down the vector plates. So they are spawning on vector plates, albeit very slowly, and it's another creeper. In fact, 2 creepers. 3 creepers. Are they multiplying? So we're going to want some bits and bobs to finish this off. We could do with a item pickup to pick up the drops. So I might do that, and I might widen these out one. The other thing to think about is whether this vector plate counts as a block or not. So although I've made this 4 high for Endermen, it might actually only be 3 high, because this vector plate might actually be taking up one of the blocks for, you know, for the spawning. So I might have to take it up another one. I will give it some time and see whether Endermen do spawn in there before I have to rip the whole top off and move it up another. Here we go again. Oh, a few mobs this time. And of course the baby skeleton has to hit me. Gotcha. Right, so what we'll do here is remove that block. Hopefully these don't let light in. No, that's fine. Move that block. Put another one there. And we'll do the same at this side. Oh, thought you had 4. Never mind. So then we can put mob drops in here. Now, I was hoping this would be long enough so I could stand here and they spawn. But I don't think it is. I mean, looking on the map, that map doesn't actually have chunk borders on it. Just journey map? Journey map does, yeah. So I'm here, so that's 16 blocks, 32 blocks. Shame we didn't have enough to go all the way to the end of that actual chunk. They might spawn in this bottom end. I don't know what the actual spawning distance is, but I mean that's 32 blocks to there. Right, see what quests we've got to collect. Right, Invar. Oh, I made the stone cutter earlier to make the vector plates. So you have to make this stone cutter, and that's how you get these vector plates, these blank ones. You put them in the stone cutter with any of the dark stones. So that's that deep slate, basalt, and there's another one. What's the other one? Blackstone, that's it. We got, yeah, here we go. We got, so yeah, blackstone pebbles. That's that. Blackstone, the blank plates, and then the vector plate. And we can tick that as well because we've got all those. I'll pick those back up again when I go back down. The next vector plate up requires rotten flesh, so we're going to have to wait until we've got enough rotten flesh to convert all the vector plates which are in there. What I want to do next is create the vector plate which kills mobs on its own. Now let's have a look. It's this player damage plate. So to make this, we've got to make this top recipe because we haven't got access to warp fungus at the moment. So we need the ultra vector plate, which is just basically mob drops and then the previous vector plate before it. So that's not bad in itself, the bottom ones. And then the main plate at the top is the damage plates, which is just a stone sword and 3 of these with a bit of wool. So they're easy enough to do as well. So I just need just enough, basically enough mob drops to make those ultimate plates. Right, so we need three of the gunpowder. We need 3 rotten flesh, and I believe 3 bones to do these plates. And that is the, oh, that's only 1. Only makes 1. Oh, that's a shame. That recipe makes 3, so we need to do it all again to make another one. So I'll do that, and then we'll catch back up. Yes, I think we may need to take that one up one, which means removing all the slabs off the top and then re-layering another lot, which we can do actually fairly painlessly with Ultimine. Now, unfortunately, we need to take these middle ones out. And there's no easy way of doing that. But we could do with an axe. And we've got a mob in there as well, so we're going to have to watch that. Right, so this should be 5 high now. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then another one, 5. Yeah, so it shouldn't matter now that we've got vector plates there. So that mob, ooh, little creeper. So we just need one more rotten flesh and we can create the other player damage plate to put just here. And then we'll have to see about getting auto pickup sorted. So the mobs do actually spawn with me stood just here. So the question here is, if I put that there, they should get pushed onto it. So then I just need item collector and then some storage, and it should all be automated then. Hopefully, he says. I mean, I could actually just push that vector plate that way and push them all onto the one plate, but for spiders, I'm not sure whether one plate like that will be enough. Right, let's get all these coming down here and let's see what happens. Lovely. So there we go. So we can go and make the other player kill plate, and then we'll make an item collector, and then we'll get it all collected up. Now, it would be useful if I could break this block and... oh, an Enderman. That baby one. Looks very small. It is a baby one. Huh. It would be useful if these would break and... aha, the vector plate stay there, which it does. That's great stuff. So we can put the I didn't create a barrel, did I? I've left it as a chest. Could put the chest down here and then put the item collector on it like that. That should give us sufficient coverage for that to pick everything up. Yes, I thought the mob farm would spawn quite more mobs than what it is doing. But anyway, let's collect the quests that we should have now. So we'll go through each one and then just see whether they're all B-books or not. Up to now they're all B-books, and so are they. And that. We've got 8 for that one. Well, that chapter complete. We haven't had a spider eye yet, but as soon as we get that, that chapter's complete. Right, I think that concludes the episode for this time. I hope you enjoyed it, and we might have to expand on our mob farm, and we will certainly have to expand on our cobblestone generators, because that's not keeping up with 2 of these. And then next episode we will be branching into our diving gear, so this quest here, and then hopefully getting into simple storage. So I hope you enjoyed the episode, and I shall catch you next time.